When you observe the fast from dawn to dusk, you are participating in a rhythm that has been measured, predicted, and experienced for millennia. But beneath the spiritual practice lies a precise geometric pattern, one that stretches across every continent and time zone, governed not by chance, but by the mathematics of a sphere. To understand why fasting hours vary from city to city and why some places experience nearly identical durations despite being thousands of miles apart, we must look beyond flat maps and into the language of spherical trigonometry. The Earth is not a stationary plane, and the sun does not rise or set at fixed clock times. Instead, it traces a continuous arc across a celestial sphere, and our position on that rotating globe determines exactly when its edge appears over the horizon and when it disappears again. Longitude tells us when these events happen in civil time. Latitude tells us how long they last. This distinction is the foundation of the symmetry you are about to discover. If you were to draw a line of constant latitude around the world, every location along that band would experience the exact same duration of daylight, regardless of whether it passes through ocean, desert, or mountain. The only difference is the clock. A community in Lisbon and a community in Dhaka may sit at wildly different longitudes, but if they share a similar latitude and date, their fasting windows will match in length, only shifted by the rotation of the Earth beneath them. This symmetry emerges from a single relationship born in ancient astronomy and refined through spherical trigonometry. Imagine the Earth as a sphere, tilted 23.5 degrees relative to its orbital plane. As it orbits the sun, the angle at which sunlight strikes any given point changes daily. This angle is called solar declination, and it oscillates between positive and negative values over the course of a year. At any moment, your position on Earth can be described by latitude and longitude. To calculate when the sun crosses the horizon, astronomers do not use flat geometry. They use spherical triangles, formed by the observer's zenith, the celestial pole, and the sun's position. Within this triangle, the relationships between sides and angles follow precise trigonometric rules. The critical variable for daylight duration is the hour angle, which measures how far the sun must travel along its daily arc before it touches the horizon. In spherical trigonometry, the cosine of this hour angle equals the negative product of the tangent of your latitude and the tangent of the sun's declination. When you solve this relationship, longitude completely disappears from the equation. It does not influence the length of the day. It only shifts the moment it begins and ends. This is why fasting hours exhibit perfect longitudinal symmetry. A community in Montreal and a community in Madrid, if aligned closely in latitude, will fast for the same number of hours on the same calendar day. Their clocks will show different start and end times, but the duration, the geometric span of light and dark, will be identical. The Earth's rotation simply carries each meridian through the same arc of illumination, one after another, like points on a spinning ring. Seasonal changes bend this symmetry into a predictable curve. Near the equinoxes, when solar declination approaches zero, the tangent of declination vanishes and the hour angle approaches 90 degrees. Day and night each stretch to 12 hours, and fasting durations converge globally, varying only slightly due to atmospheric refraction and the sun's apparent diameter. As the months progress toward the solstices, declination grows and the product of the tangents increases. In higher latitudes, this pushes the hour angle closer to 180 degrees or drops it towards zero. Days stretch long in summer, shrink short in winter. In places beyond the Arctic or Antarctic circles, the formula yields values outside the range of the cosine function, signaling that the sun never sets or never rises. Here, the geometric symmetry transitions into a new kind of reality, where fasting is measured not by sunrise and sunset, but by the nearest habitable zone, or by the last observed twilight, guided by scholarly consensus and astronomical precedent. What makes this mathematical framework so elegant is that it requires no correction for longitude. Civil time zones are human conventions, arbitrary slices of the globe designed for coordination. but the sun does not recognize them. Spherical trigonometry captures the sun's motion, not as a sequence of isolated events, but as a continuous function of latitude and time. When scholars in medieval Baghdad, Cairo, and Samarkand first calculated prayer and fasting times using spherical astronomy, they were already tracing this symmetry. When modern applications generate fasting schedules, they are running the same celestial equations, updated with precise ephemeris data. The geometry has not changed. The sphere still turns. The angles still align. When you consider the full picture, the mathematics reveals something deeper than calculation. It shows how a single tilted sphere, orbiting a single star, generates a pattern that repeats with mathematical fidelity across every meridian. Spherical trigonometry does not just predict fasting hours, it maps the harmony between human rhythm and celestial motion. It proves that variation is not chaos, but geometry in action. And it reminds us that whether you are watching the sun rise over a coastal city or set behind a desert horizon, you are participating in a symmetry that has been written into the fabric of the Earth itself, measured in angles, bound by latitude, and echoed across every longitude. For the observer on the ground, this means that every dawn and every dusk is a local intersection of universal constants. A fast begins when the sun's center drops below the eastern horizon, a threshold defined by atmospheric scattering and the first visible thread of light. It ends when the same threshold crosses the western edge. Between those 2 points lies a duration dictated solely by where you stand, north or south of the equator, and what day of the year it is. Longitude merely delays or advances the experience, never alters its shape. This is the quiet symmetry that binds fasting communities across the globe. You are not isolated in your observance. You are synchronized with every other location sharing your latitude, moving through the same span of light, only out of phase by the steady turn of the planet.